It's really been overwhelming for me. And obviously I don't have too many people to talk to about it. Not happy about a lot of the things that's been happening. I'm happy though, internally. I'm happy that I have my daughter. I'm happy that we have a life, that my daughter has a future, that I have a future. I'm happy that I'm choosing myself and that I'm choosing my daughter. That is adding to my happiness, and that's ultimately overall the bigger picture. I'm just extremely frustrated though as a human being with emotions and all of the feelings that human beings have: anger, sadness, mad, happy, all those ups and downs. I'm experiencing that, and I'm not having a lot of fun, and I feel like that's not fair because I deserve to have a good life. My daughter deserves to have a good life. We deserve to have a good life. Me and my daughter do. And the way that those people affected us, they were trying to destroy us. They were trying. They seem to be very angry and resentful towards us, and the fact that we are moving on, with our life and our future. We haven't even really gotten started yet. So it's just been really challenging for me and my daughter to hold hands and to stay connected, being that we both have our own set of challenges that kind of affects our ability to connect and communicate effectively. There's a lot of people that I think had a lot to say, or 2 cents to put into the jar, which really didn't add up to much in the sense of her overall well-being and health. They've not been supporting her at all in any way that counts towards her living her life to the best quality, or to her standard of success. And so what it's looking like at this time is that I'm pretty much telling her to stay connected to me and nobody else, and it's giving isolation. And her and myself, my daughter and myself as mother and daughter, and the fact that our family dynamic has always been special, that it's always been just about the two of us. I've never identified as a parent ever. I've always identified as a mother, as a mom. I never had support. I never had anybody helping me, supporting me, do anything. It's just been really challenging, and I'm not really understanding why it's being so challenging, but it does make sense because there's been so many years of confusion and no closure and no clarity and no direction and no guidance. There's been too many years of that. So many years of trauma, unprocessed, untreated, not dealt with, that has been in the way for a very long time. And so I feel like we have to really put in a lot of effort into getting to that clarity. We have to put in a lot of time, and we have to commit to ourselves to get there. And I don't like that it's so easy to give up and quit. I'm very much all right with being an overprotective helicopter mom. I'm not all right with being delusional and crazy and paranoid. I'm not okay with those labels. I'm not okay with being called the crazy mom, and I'm not trying to be the controlling person either. I'm just a mom in general, and I just want to make sure that my daughter's safe and that I'm safe. I have a history of people that don't like me, people who have really poor reports on me, negative things to say about me, including that I'm crazy or delusional. So there's no way that we don't see that there's something going on here. There's something happening here. None of it is okay. When I do show the video, and I will show the video of how that car crashed into the car outside, it looks like to me that somebody's trying to get a message to us that they don't like us, me and my daughter. And although I would agree with anybody that says that that's their personal problem, they've now brought that to, this is my place of residence, my daughter's place of residence. We live in this place, and so I don't appreciate those sorts of things happening anywhere near us or to us. So the first thing I did was hug my daughter. I gave her a hug. I told her that I loved her, reminded her that she's safe, and that I'm always here to her, and that she doesn't have to be fearful of anything or anybody out there. And I do feel very strongly that they had something to do with a recent incident that occurred that I feel was an attack against me, an attack against my daughter, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That is very threatening to me. And what it did for me is that it made me want to stay closer to my daughter, keep her near and dear to me more than I already do. It's much like when she was a child and I had to be able to supervise and monitor and just make sure that she's safe, see that she's safe. This is something that's really, really placed a lot of weight on my heart, and my anxiety, my depression, and all of those symptoms. It just intensified and added to that because I wasn't able to see her all the time when we were going through the court corruption. He was out of my custody temporarily, and when I regained custody, I went to family counseling, me and my daughter. I'm really wanting to just move on into my future. I have a future. My daughter has a future. This is the most valuable relationship that I have, and that I keep safe. I do judge people. I'm very judgmental. I don't have a lot of trust with a lot of people. And so that also is something that I'm in therapy to work out, because it's preventing, I feel like it's kind of in the way of me creating new connections and new relationships and finding new ways to where I want to go and what I want to do, because I've shut so many doors. I feel like I really need answers. I have answers, my own answers, but for being someone of limited mental capacity and limited ability to process information continuously and constantly, it's just very overwhelming, and if anything, I have, it's like when someone's looking for answers, finding more questions than answers in that exploration, in that experience.